One of my favorite things in the year of our Lord 2024, and you can't watch it legally. Isn't that amazing?
Still alive! Oh, so delicious!
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. What if I told you that the most meaningful story that you could watch in this year would be from the same guy that made Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch? You would probably be surprised, but you shouldn't be because the creator behind those series is a madman. Tetsuki Fujimoto takes absurd premises and hateable characters and just turns them on their heads. This guy took Power, a racist against humans, filthy, crude, completely unlikable blood devil, and made you care about her more than almost anyone else. And Fujimoto does this with multiple characters over and over and over again, even when they end up breaking the main characters' hearts, and it just shatters you because these protagonists are just beaten down by life over and over and over again. It takes an absurd level of skill from a writer to take what would be a completely hateable character on paper and make you care about them.
And I care! What is the deal?
Of course, with Look Back, Fujimoto took an entirely different approach. Instead of focusing on absurd characters in a dystopian world, he turns your attention to more mundane characters in the regular world doing the most boring task possible, meaning making manga. Yeah, you can tell that this was a very personal project for him. We follow the main character Ayama from childhood in elementary school all the way up to adulthood, observing her journey as an artist and a manga creator. She originally publishes her drawings in the school newspaper, where she receives a lot of praise for her work, but she becomes disheartened when she notices someone else with a lot more illustrative natural talent. Despite her best efforts and a lot of practice, Ayama isn't able to catch up with her rival, at least in her mind. Feeling as though she isn't good enough, Ayama almost quits drawing altogether until she meets the object of her envy. Kiyomoto is a sickly girl who stays home from school because she's too weak to attend. Her only real connection in the school is the newspaper, and she looks forward to seeing Ayama's new work every single week. Flattered by Kiyomoto's constant praise, Ayama strikes up a friendship with her, and they work together to improve their art. And the rest of the story follows their friendship, their development, and the eventual hardships that they face, with a dash of supernatural elements being added in the second half to the last quarter of the film.
That's it? That's the last episode? That was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles! What a rip!
From a basic description, Look Back doesn't seem all that interesting. It's all character interactions and montages of people drawing with only 2 seconds worth of action anywhere in the film. The real selling point for Look Back is how real the characters, the world, and the mundanity of everyday life feels. Ayama and Kiyomoto are the only real characters, so their relationship is all that matters in this story. And in a lot of ways, Ayama isn't really that likable. She's envious, she's petty, she's sometimes quick to anger, and she really hates art at times. But she does have a very high work ethic, standards for herself, and aspirations for the future. She feels very real. She's a person with a lot of great qualities and a lot of faults. Meanwhile, Kiyomoto is kind of a puppy that's been kicked by life over and over and over again, and you just can't help but empathize with her. You immediately care about these two and their friendship. You immediately feel uncomfortable when they argue and face hardships.
Damn you, rock'em sock'em robots! Can't we all just get along?
Not to mention that you can just feel how personal of a project this is for Fujimoto himself. He has always been the type of guy to make what he wants and what he likes, despite what anyone might think or want from him. In a lot of ways, his takes on abuse, self-loathing, and dealing with trauma is well ahead of everyone else, to the point where his own fans misinterpret his work and get angry at him, and I just love it. He is a man that doesn't care. He is going to tell you what he thinks about an issue, and if you don't like it, well, you can go f*** yourself. Fujimoto uses Look Back to discuss topics that you probably normally wouldn't think about if you weren't in an artistic field. Feelings of inadequacy to people that might be more talented than you, frustrations with the fact that your work isn't what you wanted it to be, the complete boredom of practicing any form of art in complete silence and solitude for hours and hours and hours on end. People with normal, not crazy brains not being able to comprehend what you're doing and why. The choice of how best to pursue your dreams and the absurd climb to find any sort of success whatsoever. And the constant internal questioning about whether you're any good at all, or if this was all worth it, if you made a mistake, and oh my god, what am I doing with my life, and does anyone even really care?
What am I doing with my life? I'm alive! I'm alive!
Spare change, ma'am.
Yeah, there might be a reason that Look Back connects with me on a personal level, not gonna lie. And with the emotional ending and the internal conclusion that Fujimoto found for himself, that if even one person supports him, then he has to keep going. Ugh, I feel that. It's a very raw and personal story that connected with me back in 2022 when I first read the manga, and now in the year of our Lord 2024, it rings even stronger in film form, with really the only problem anyone can have with it being that it's a very slow burn. You have to sit down, buckle up, and be patient with the ride. And be prepared when the story doesn't go the way you think it will. I can promise you, your preconceptions of what this is and what will happen are wrong. Wait a minute, this is a very personal story that subverts expectations, critiques art in general, has female leads that are flawed and very human, and only features a female relationship, meaning there's no love interest in it at all. Doesn't this sound like something that everyone would love, but no one's going to talk about it? It's almost like people prefer arguing about things that are already popular, instead of, I don't know, making new things popular that fit what they want in entertainment. Wait a minute, love of storytelling, who exactly are you criticizing? Everyone!
Hate. Double hate. Loathe entirely.
Okay, I have to be fair. It's not like anyone has the actual opportunity to see the film. It was in a theater near me for 2 days and only showed once per day, both of them at 7 p.m. and it was on a Sunday and a Monday. Literally the 2 worst days in the week to go see movies in the movie theater. And now it's completely gone in the cinema. So what about online? Can you rent it? Can you get it on an online subscription and watch it there? No, you can't. If you want to watch Look Back at all anywhere outside of Japan, you have to do it illegally. And I just know when eventually you can do it legally, it's going to be exclusively on Crunchyroll, instead of letting me buy a physical copy, or at the very least buy it on Amazon. Love of storytelling, what's wrong with Crunchyroll? Well, the problem is I want my actual money to go to the people who created the film and not just a bunch of stupid executives sitting in an office doing nothing but putting their thumbs in their ass. You see this? You see all of this? I like to put my money where my mouth is and actually make sure that the people who make entertainment that I like get money for it. Because here's the secret. The only way you get more things that you like is if the artist is able to support themselves while making the thing that you like. Fujimoto and all of the animators that worked behind the scenes tirelessly on this. Please, for the love of God, let me buy this so that you can get my money.
Shut up and take my money!
Oh, it's so obvious! I would have never thought of that!
But nope, I'm here talking about what is probably the best film of 2024, and no one cares, and no one is going to be able to watch it. Isn't that amazing? We don't live in a dystopia at all. In short, go find a way to enjoy Look Back. Go buy the manga and read it. Or, if you have to, sail the high seas and see the movie, and then find some other way to get your money to Fujimoto by buying his other stuff. Or, when the movie eventually does come out later, buy it then. This is an amazing story worth your time, but have you seen it? Have you enjoyed it? Do you disagree with me? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone is entitled to their objectively wrong opinion.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Still here?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. You bye. Boom.
Do not despair.